Mancini wouldn't even make eye contact with me because he knew what he'd done. And I've never wanted to punch someone as much as that. I was Mancini's guy, you know?
Well, I'm not surprised you creep all over him all the time, the sounds of it.
Yes, Roberto. No, Roberto.
But do you remember that? Do you remember that Tevez
Yeah,
going
what was
away?
that? What happened there?
Do you remember we was away against Bayern Munich in the Champions League, and Tevez was on the bench in that game, and Mancini told him to go warm up, and Tevez had been warming up like multiple times, and then Tevez sat down like, I'm ready to go on if needed, and Mancini told him to go warm up again, and he's like, I'm warm. so it's like, Tevez is like, seriously, I'm fine to go on. Then Mancini, he was so hot-headed. He was just like, and I was right back. So I heard absolutely everything. He's like, Destiny Cazzo, you would never play with me again. And went to the changing room afterwards. And honestly, it was like a Royal Rumble fight where like, Mancini's trying to get to Tevez. Tevez is saying, F off, like, and then you've got company trying to calm everyone down. And then like, you see who's really your friend when someone like that goes on.
Whose side were you on, Big Meeks?
You know what? I was on the side of Mancini because I wanted to play together.
Some teammate you were, yeah.
How embarrassing is
Creeping
that?
round the manager. I'm on your side, boss.
So, Mancini was superstitious, and we've gone on a run where we were winning all our games. I remember winning up 2-0 at Newcastle. Yaya Toure scored both goals, and all we had to do was beat QPR at home. And I'm thinking am I going to be starting all through the season? I was Mancini's guy, you know?
Well, I'm not surprised you creep all over him all the time, the sounds of it.
Yes, Roberto. No, Roberto.
The day of the game, I've never been through so many emotions in my life. So we get called into the room. We have our pre-match or whatever, and then we go into the room where he's writing the team, and I'm always a second player if I'm going to get picked, because when you write on the board, it's always a goalkeeper, and then you start with the right back. He's wrote in Joe Hart. And I've never watched someone so closely what letter he's going to write. So
P.
if he starts on the left, it means he's going to write a Z or a Z and go straight across. If he starts in the middle or at the end and goes down first, it's going to write an R for Richards. And what did he do? He goes across like that. Zabaleta. Honestly.
He's had some impact on your career, Zabaleta,
Really
hasn't he?
he's had some impact on my life. And I just thought, this. I was going in there. I was shocking in the warm-up. I didn't do the warm-up properly. I was doing like skills, which I have no skills. So basically, I was just kicking the ball up and have it is what I was doing. And then...
Did you not go back in and say, Mr. Mancini, I really respect your decision. You're such a great coach.
But Mancini, the thing is though, he wouldn't even make eye contact with me because he knew what he'd done. And what happens into the game? What happens? Zabaleta scores the first goal.
Did you cheer and jump up off the bench?
Did I cheer?
Sherry, you know what? We need to get the video of him sat there.
I know, sat there.
I've never been so angry in all my life. And then fast forward, obviously, they score again. And I always think Mancini always used to start with a 4 and then go to a 5. But he was chasing the game. So even more, I know I'm not going to get on the pitch because he needs to put attacking players on there. And then QPR score, my feelings change. All right, it's not about me, it's about the team. Then they score again, and all my feelings about myself just went out the window, and it was about the team. Then Dzeko comes and scores, and then Aguero scores, and it was just like I was in paradise. It was like everything was in slow motion. It was jubilation. It was disappointment.
We thought that when we saw you play.
Gary, can you imagine being bombed out for the biggest and best moment in Premier League history?
That's what I mean. I can't sleep. You know what pisses me off more than anything? Oh, what was it like to play in that QPR game?
You've got over it then.
No, I'm not fucking got over it. And we've got to talk about Danny Mills just for a second. So, Danny Mills was the right back at Man City when I was there, and he had a bad injury with his knees or his ankle or whatever. And Nader Manua, who was also ahead of me, centre back, right back, could play the two positions. And I got in at right back, and then he could never get back in. So he started being awkward to me, like being horrible. Oh, I'm not that good. And there was one time 2 years later, when all the money came, was in the dressing room and was sat down, I was getting some treatment. It's about 2 or 3 years later. He knew the physios because I've dealt him all through his career at Man City. And he comes in front of everyone. Robinho was there, Alana was there, all the big hitters. And he said, "What the are you still doing here?" And I've never wanted to punch someone as much as that moment. And the worst thing is now, he lives in Harrogate, just down the road from me. But like, he pretends like he didn't treat me that way, so I don't acknowledge it and just pretend everything's all right.
He knows now.
But really, but yeah, I hope he knows now. Make sure you send this direct to him. I want an apology ASAP. Because I'm not Little Meeks no more, I'm Big Meeks.
Well, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that meeting.